Chuck Fresh from the legendary Computer Care. Today we're going to talk about the newest flagship phone from Samsung, the juggernaut, the Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. We picked up a Note 10 Plus for a couple of reasons, which I will tell you about shortly. A couple of them are kind of disappointing, but so far the thing's been rocking out. It looks great. It's the biggest darn screen I've ever seen on a phone, yet it still fits comfortably in the pocket. And they did some neat stuff with the architecture of this thing. We'll tell you about that too. So let's take a look at it. We've got the Note 10 Plus and the Note 10. There's also the 5G, but I'll tell you why we shouldn't even bother with that. The Note 10 Plus has a huge battery, man, 4,300 milliamp hours. Plus, the Note 10 Plus has expandable storage, but the Note 10 does not. You can't put a micro SD card in the Note 10. I thought that was very interesting, and it kind of made me mad. But, what are you going to do? And the processor, I thought an 8-core, octa-core 2.8 gigahertz in the old Note was fast, but now they got this whatever this thing is, 7 nanometer thing, which means it runs faster, it runs cooler, and it's mind-blowing. 12 gigs of RAM, man. I mean, that's a lot of memory for a phone coming up from 6 from the old ones. They run 4G LTE, which is plenty fast. But the key on this thing, the most important thing to me, I mean, they all make phone calls, they all surf the internet, they do everything. The most important thing is that camera. And we filmed an entire motion picture on a Note 8, and I can only imagine how great these things are. We haven't taken a lot of pictures. I have an S10 Plus, and the camera on that I think is the same, and it's phenomenal. 6.8-inch WQHD Plus dynamic AMOLED screen. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. It's bright. The colors are phenomenal. I mean, you can actually... I've never been one to watch movies on the phone, but for the first time, I think I'll be able to watch a movie on the Note 10 Plus. Now, the battery's bigger. You've got a bigger screen. You've got a more powerful processor, some more memory. Again, with Note 10 Plus, you can expand because I need to expand because I shoot a lot of video. A lot of people, if you're going to use this thing for work or anything, you're probably going to need, that expandable thing. So you're going to have to buck up. So it's $950 for the Note 10, the plain Jane Note 10, and then you go up to the Note 10 Plus. Prepare to spend about, $1,100. There's a little bit of a bump up there in the cost. But in my opinion, I think it's worth it for the bigger screen, more memory, and the expandable storage. So what's the verdict? It's nice. I mean, this is the Note 8 it's up against what we upgraded from. And a little bit higher, a little bit, tiny bit. I don't even think it's much wider. It's about the same thinness, but it feels lighter than the old Note. It actually may be like a micrometer thinner or whatever. I can't really tell the difference. With a case, you're really not going to know the difference. Still fits in my back pocket, so that's great. Buttons are relocated. You're going to notice one thing. No headphone jack, ladies and gentlemen. There is no headphone jack. Samsung went the way of the dodo. They went the way of Apple. They actually followed in Apple's footsteps, which made me very upset. No headphone jack, but they give you a pair of crappy AKG USB-C headphones. They're terrible. So now you need to get rid of all your headphones. This is the old one. You see they had a headphone jack there. And you're either going to need to buy an adapter or you're going to have to suck it up and go Bluetooth. And I still haven't found a great set of Bluetooth headphones with good bass because the battery takes up all the space instead of the magnet for the speaker element itself. Nice big, I think this is a 25-watt charger, and you can get up to 45 watts on a wireless charger too. It's an upgrade. It doesn't come with the phone, but these things charge lightning fast, and it's really nice. You can actually get a full charge, I've read, in about 30 minutes with one of these high-speed chargers. Fingerprint reader inside the screen, which is really neat, like the S10 Plus. It's a nice phone. Let me tell you a couple other things. So do you need to spend an extra money and get the Note 10 Plus? I'm going to say yeah. If you're making any kind of video, if you want the bigger screen, if you want the more memory, the bigger battery, go ahead and do it because you're going to regret it. You're probably being in this phone for a year, 2 years, and every day you're going to say, dang, I should have got the bigger one. The expandable storage did it for me. I need the expandable storage. I've got a terabyte card, a micro SD in mine. It stores all my stuff, super reliable, and I can replace them if I want to. And if it goes bad, I just put on another one in there. No big deal. Processor on both of them is really fast. Do you need? They offer another one called the 5G, but really, in reality, 5G really isn't rolled out unless you're like in a big city. And you might be able to take advantage of that. But is it really that advantageous to spend the extra money on a 5G? I'm thinking not. 4G will stream videos in HD on my phone. It looks great. I can upload to YouTube fairly quickly. And as far as the internet and doing emails and things like that, average people do on their phones, you're not going to need 5G. Maybe a year or two, maybe your next phone down the line when the whole system's caught up and there's 5G towers rolled out even in the smallest suburbs, maybe then you do the 5G. But for now, I'm going to say save your money and skip it. Buy a killer case. For now, I just don't think it's worth it. Maybe in a year or two when everything catches up, I'd say maybe go 5G now, but 5G then. But for now, forget it. Keep that money in your pocket. Get the bigger screen, get the bigger battery, get the expandable storage, buy yourself a terabyte micro SD card, and take some movies on these things because the cameras are phenomenal on the Samsung series. The Apple ones are pretty good too, but I got to say the screens and the cameras are much better on the Samsung products. I have both. I've compared them both, and I get phenomenal photographs and video on the Samsung products. But hey, man, I don't know everything like you people do, so comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And, man, enjoy this phone. It's a nice piece of hardware. Chuck Fresh for Computer Care. I'm out.